new computer.
Ooh.
Or LARP stuff.
Or LARP stuff.
Or LARP stuff.
Well, I guess
so. Which is funny because either one is about the same price.
I guess what you really need to weigh is like, what do you do more?
Yeah, and that's having another computer could be beneficial in the fact that Lance is getting to the point where he's starting to do more assignments on the computer. He's starting to use the computer or want to use the computer more often. As you see him in the background, he's like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." Yeah, get a new computer. But honestly, I have to have the resources to basically create a whole new tower for myself.
Yeah.
Without cannibalizing from my old system. And so,
right. So you can give your old system to him?
Yep, exactly. So the system I'm on currently doing this will become essentially his, and then I will have the more up-to-date system, the DDR4 RAM and so forth. But yeah, or I can get new armor and some other and basically start LARPing out a secondary character, so stuff like that. But Final Fantasy front, the big updates have come, and some of these updates are so stinking huge. I'm like, because of the time of year it is and the type of job I have, I'm just super busy during tax season, and so I haven't had a time to really dive in. So over the weekend, I was like, I'm going to put as many hours in as I can. And even then, I was just like, I barely dented the story. I barely dented a few quests. There's so much to do. And there was so much to do before that. And while it sounds like I'm complaining, it's more of an awe factor. Like, I could play this game forever and barely, hit the limits or achievements for like 3/4 of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's so much content. As long as you're willing to invest yourself in all the content. And I think that has a lot to do with any online game. Is some people are like hardcore combat and that's all they do. Other people are hardcore crafters or gatherers and that's all they do. Or they want to do PvP, all the time, and that's their niche. Or you have kind of roundabout players like myself that we do everything, and but because of that, we haven't necessarily finished, one category all the way to the most extreme equipment.
Yeah.
And so you get all these people who are like, "Hey, let's go do this dungeon," and I'm like, "I can't. I don't have the gear for it yet." Tear.
I would die.
I would die. But Final Fantasy's been pretty awesome. I just need to get more time for that. And then honestly, just anime and TV shows every week.
You know what?
Nothing new on that front.
That's the problem about being a geek. There's just too much.
It's so true. And it depends on what you. It depends on what you geek out on.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I geek out on so many things that I love, and you really do have to you have to get to that point where you're like, I need to be like a certain type of geek, and so so Mike is our anime LARP geek, Ryan.
Oh man,
Ryan is our cosplay geek. John is our news and science geek, and I am right now I'm the gaming geek because I've been doing a lot of that lately, and it's just but there's so many things I want to do, and I'm just like, man, I don't have time to do all of this.
Yeah,
it's true.
Too much.
You were talking about anime, and something that I realized I haven't had a chance to talk on really fast is SLC Anime, Salt Lake City Anime. We didn't meet for 2 months, and so we had two series and 2 movies to review.
Yeah,
we reviewed One Punch Man, which, regardless of who watched it, it got good reports. Everybody loved it. I think there was only 2 people. Now that I think about it, of course, a little bit more. There was only 2 people who gave it, bad and or mediocre scores. But in in general, it scored really high. I think it was one of our highest scores. I think it was either a 7.5 or an 8. People really loved One Punch Man. It's definitely a different show with a unique feel. It is a comedy, but I highly recommend One Punch Man. There's only one season out there right now. It's, I think, 12 episodes, and there's a few short OAV episodes that you can watch. So really, if you really want to see everything, I think there's like maybe 15 episodes worth of content. But that was really cool. Vampire Hunter D, the 1985 release, everybody's like, yeah, Vampire Hunter D, let's go watch it again. And we all watched it, and we went, this show sucked.
This is awful.
This is awful.
That's all we had back
But then
then.
we realized, for nostalgia reasons, well, a lot of us scored it high for nostalgic purposes because we're like, this was maybe the first, anime that even had any sort of level of adult content. That was, so it was completely different. The animation style was a little different, but when we watch it now as an adult and look back in, 85 when it came out, we're like, oh, the story was horrendous. And the animation quality, while okay, the production quality was horrendous. Like just lots of stills and, just reused, scenes. And it was, you're like, wow, this was really horrible, but it was the best that we had in 85 in North America.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty funny to hear us all kind of like, thanks for ruining my childhood by making me rewatch this.
I know, right? Well, it's kind of like watching like movies that we loved from the 80s, and you're just like, what?
Although I must say that Goonies holds up very well.
Although I watched Goonies,
Ghostbusters does
I was
too.
Totally blown away. Like, I don't remember them swearing
all
that much.
Cursing.
I was like,
oh yeah.
Oh, my ears, they're burning.
It doesn't bother kids as much as it bothers the parents.
It's weird, and like I don't remember that at all. And then, but now as an adult, you recognize it, and you're like, what?
I remember Mom was complaining because of the language, and she didn't want us to watch it.
Oh, that's funny. See, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
All right.
But,
well,
no,
my
I was
turn.
gonna two more real fast. No, because we had the 4 shows all together. We had Howl's Moving Castle, which of course, being a Miyazaki, reviewed very well because it's high production, good quality, just good stuff all over. Howl's Moving Castle, can't go wrong there. And then the other series was Outlaw Star, which was a late 90s space opera, cowboy type show.
It's fun.
And I got a kick out of the fact that so many of them, when they were younger, back in the late 90s, had experienced it through adult Anime Swim, Adult Swim.
Adult Swim
on Toonami. Mm-hmm. And I had watched it through the VHS.
Yeah.
And so there was a few episodes that were never aired on television that they all experienced for the first time and were like, I don't remember this episode. And then they realized, oh, well, being it was the classic like beach scene or the classic, hot springs episode, very classic trope for anime. But I can understand why it wasn't shown for television because late 90s anime did something that current anime doesn't necessarily do, is censor certain things like nipples and so forth. And so they were like, whoa, what did we just see? And I was like, oh yeah, that's before they really started editing and censoring things in the early thousands when the animation style changed. And they're like, oh. So it was funny to see their reactions for something they had never experienced, because they were really excited to watch the show, and then they had these 2 episodes that were like completely new to them, which kind of changed their opinion about the show. Some of them thought it was some of them thought it added to the show, where others were like, well, it wasn't really necessary because of how they were remembered. the original show. But overall, it actually
is that stuff ever necessary?
It scored around the 6.5, 7s.
Ask all the fans.
Yeah, there's a reason.
There's
a reason it's called
Blood.
There's a reason it's called fan service. Is because the fans want it.
Yeah.
That's why it's called fan service. Is because it's something that they do to satisfy the fans of that genre.
Most people like to see it.
Now,
you are in the minority, Barry.
Yeah. Just as a reminder,
I'm weird.
Fan service is not all about panty shots and bouncing boobs. It could be giant mech battles. That is fan service because that's what the fans want in that genre. So it depends on what the genre of anime and or film is those tropes are what people want, and that's the fan service.
All
Barry,
right.
your turn.
All right, thanks. So, last couple weeks I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. And I actually started, but that's the
Rocket League. Isn't that the soccer car game?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to remind myself.
That's what I streamed last week for our stream, and I played like 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
3 hours of it. And,
wow.
3 hours of rocket car soccer.
Yeah, and it was awesome. And then but this week I also started playing some ranked play, and so I'm actually going up some ranks as well. And then I jumped onto Heroes. And I could tell that it's been a while since I played Heroes because I was like dying a lot, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta."
What does this button do again?
No, I had that moment where I was just like, "I'm like, what do I press to chat? What do I press to chat?" And I was like, "Oh, enter." And but it took me a second. I was like, brain fart. It was funny, but I had fun doing that. But I've also been reading Brandon Sanderson's latest Mistborn novel book called Bands of Mourning.
I need to pick that up.
Super good, super good. And I also bought his novella Mistborn book, which actually takes place during the original trilogy, but he said don't read it before you read Bands of Mourning because there's spoilers that relate to the book that takes place 300 years later, but there's spoilers for it. So I'm like, ooh, so I bought that because Crystal, my wife, has already read Bands of Mourning, and so I bought that for her so she could read that. And so been enjoying that, but mostly just doing some gaming. But I did have a geeky purchase that I convinced my wife to allow me to use some of our tax return to buy.
Wow. She must have not wanted you to talk at all because I can't hear a thing you're saying. I can't hear you at all, Barry.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. I can now hear Ryan. What happened there?
I don't know.
And I could hear it. It was your
maybe
your
it was weird. But I bought a
I'm like all of a sudden everybody got quiet and I couldn't hear anything.
That's fine.
What did you buy?
I bought a theater system. So I bought a 9-foot screen with professionally Fender brand speakers with stands that can stand up several feet high, and then a very nice projector, and bought all of that in a big. And I did my pick and choose because I actually found some products that were like, buy this package and stuff like that. And actually, it was cheaper to buy everything individually because I was able to pick the things I wanted. And that worked out. And so I convinced my wife to let me buy that because I was like, think of the fun parties and activities we could have at our house with movie nights, and all through the summer we could just have movie nights out on the, invite the neighborhood to come. And so we did that, and I got it all on Wednesday, yesterday, and I put it together just to see how it'd work, and plugged in my Blu-ray player to it and streamed some Netflix on it, and nice. So I was watching the Ultimate Spider-Man on my 9-foot screen, and it was beautiful picture quality, and it was awesome. So,
are you going to become a video and audio file, Barry? I thought I was kind of a geek that way, but
I was, oh man, I was geeking out real hardcore. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I'll make sure to let you guys.
Theater, awesome.
I know. So, yep, I had a great purchase with that, and that was basically my geeky weeks and
tech geek hardcore.
Yes. Let us go to the next segment of the show. This is called the Weekly Geek, and we talk about geeky news that happened throughout the week. Not a lot happened, but some fun highlights happened. I think one of the biggest things that happened within the last 2 weeks was, of course, the Captain America Civil War trailer with the big ending with Spider-Man appearing at the end. It was glorious, and I was so happy.
He did the superhero landing. It's right. Hard on the knees.
That's right. I've seen that meme already with Deadpool clapping. He's like,
oh yeah. Landing. But interesting kind of
opinions.
Quips.
Go for it.
If the sound effects are appropriate for the scene and not just the trailer, it would or may appear that Spider-Man has a powered suit possibly built by Tony.
Not his whole suit, but definitely his eyes, because when his eyes contract, there's a whirring sound like of gears.
Yeah. And so
it's possible. Well, in the comic books, Stark made the Scarlet Spider suit,
which was basically the Iron Spider. Yeah, that was
Iron Spider.
I think it's called the Iron Spider.
Yeah, I never really got into it.
But no.
Yeah, so you never know.
Well, and he's obviously
they change stuff in the Marvel world for the movies all the time.
Yeah,
so
and obviously in that scene, he's on Tony's side. But I love how Tony calls him Underoos.
Underoos.
Underoos. And he comes in and does it, and I just. But I read an article today talking, about the directors and saying how that, he does actually play a pretty good role in the movie, and it's not just like he's there and then he's gone. He actually plays he'll be in the movie frequently, and so that's kind of interesting and exciting, and obviously building his character up, because next year we're going to be getting the Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man.
The solo movie. And I think that's... I know, but man, so... And you get this with no matter what movie it is, no matter who it is or what happens. But you had the people like me that I'm just excited. I think it was fun and exciting. But then you'd be like... all the trolls out there just like, oh, the suit looks ridiculous. Oh my gosh, the CGI was so awful, and blah blah this and blah blah that. And I'm just like, why can't people just enjoy it for what it is?
Well, the way I see it is, I always think to myself, you do realize this is a trailer.
Yeah.
It's not even a full trailer. It was like a sneak peek trailer, too.
And even the directors were like, they're like, there's still editing and stuff we need to finish. I mean, there's still so much, there's stuff that's still being done even before the movie's out, and so...
Yeah, and honestly, it could have been thrown together CG-wise by a few guys, by a studio, just to get a trailer out.
Yeah. But I mean... I'm just excited. That movie's gonna be awesome. I am super excited to see Batman versus Superman next week.
That'll be awesome, and I am going to go see it for sure.
I am going to go see it for sure as well. But this trailer for Captain America, I was just like, oh man, I might be a little bit more excited for Civil War. But then I'm like, oh, but I love Batman so much. And it's just like, I'm just going to love it all, basically. I would be the worst movie critic of all time, because I would go see a movie and then people would be like, what? So give us your opinion on the movie. I'm like, oh, it was good. I had a good time, And they're like, well, analyze it for me. I'm like, there was fighting and I laughed at this part. Because at the end,
that's why I'm the critic and you're the enjoyer.
You were kind of like Crystal, because after she like analyzes like the what was going on in their minds when they did that, or all the like deep stuff. And she's like, so what did you think about this part? I'm like, the part where he like punched him in the face. And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. She's like, no, but what did it mean? I'm like, he punched him in the face. And I'm like, I'd be a horrible movie critic. Or maybe I would be the best movie critic in that aspect. Be like, was the movie good? Yes, everyone see it. So
you either will have a job or not have a job quite quickly.
That's right. But so Civil War gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Civil War will be cool. The Spider-Man Spider-Man, the Superman Batman. Excuse me. Wow, cross genre there. I'm actually looking forward to the supposed cameos of Aquaman, Flash,
Cyborg.
the other. The other characters, Cyborg, yeah, and just to see how they fit into the story. But what was interesting is I read a little article about how Ben Affleck was talking about how the first 10 to 15 minutes of the film are super dark and just, so I have a feeling that everything we have been seeing in the trailers is probably the first 20 minutes of the film.
I sure hope
and the rest of the film, we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty awesome. That would be great, is that everybody thinks the whole film is going to be about what the trailers are, only to find out. Well, it's the same way with Civil War. The whole Civil War thing could be like it could be like 15 minutes in the middle of the film.
Yeah.
The beginning's the build up, the middle's the fight, and then the end is them realizing that they can't fight and end up coming up against something else,
Well,
maybe they'll just kill Captain America.
I don't think so, because all the actors are signed on for the Infinity War movies.
Well, they brought it back in the comics too.
I know. No, if they kill anyone,
everyone thought Nick Fury was dead.
If they kill anyone, right? It will be Bucky. They'll kill.
That's okay. Well, they also thought Coulson was back, dead, but they brought him back.
Yeah.
They won't kill off Bucky.
You don't think so?
No. Why would they?
That would be a lot of work to just end up killing him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
They can't kill him off because the audience isn't emotionally involved with him yet.
Exactly. So that's why he would be easy to kill off.
No, you kill off somebody when they are emotionally involved, because it makes it more dramatic.
It's true.
Unless you're Quicksilver.
But have you seen that meme? Have you seen that?
That's kind of a good point. But he was starting to grow on people.
I'm really surprised they killed him off, to be honest.
Have you seen
it's a character with so much potential.
Have you seen the meme where it shows the picture of Flash from the TV show? And it's like, this is how Flash catches bullets, and he's like catching them out of the air. And then it shows the meme of Quicksilver. This is how Quicksilver catches them. He's all on the ground, dead with bullet holes in him.
That's one thing that confused me, is when he went to go be the body shield of Captain America, I was thinking that he was literally going to just grab all the bullets out of the air, like Quicksilver should have been able to do. But no.
But the body shield of Hawkeye.
Hawkeye,
excuse me. To be more specific.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because like
I think because they just wanted to get rid of him.
I think so.
Well, honestly,
I think they didn't want to conflict with having him compared to the X-Men version of Quicksilver,
which is awesome.
Which is super
doesn't really matter, because it's like they don't have the rights for the X-Men movie.
I know, but you had the two same characters, and I was just like, maybe they're just like, we don't want to deal with that.
I don't know. They didn't want to deal with something.
But speaking of X-Men, they did have a new X-Men trailer come out this week as well, and it made, they showed some other stuff, looked pretty cool. But some other movie news that I thought was pretty cool. Miss Peregrine's Home, A Peculiar Children trailer came out, new Tim Burton movie based off of the novel. Looked super good.
I don't know enough to make a judgment call. It looked like a Tim Burton film.
I know, but
I haven't read. I only knew the book existed. I had no idea what the content was.
Just based on the trailer, though, it looks good.
Right. I know nothing about the book, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a Tim Burton film, which means I'll like it.
Crystal says the book is okay. It is kind of creepy because actually, the book is based off of actual photos that have been taken of children and stuff like that have unusual things, and then the person based off of these children pictures and actually has the pictures
right, and the pictures are in the book
Yeah.
to start off like each short story.
But
that much I know, but that's about it.
Something else cool that happened in movie news: Disney announces the official Indiana Jones 5 movie coming out with Harrison Ford and Steven Spielberg coming back.
Indiana Jones 5,000.
Well, I think it'll be better than the last one because Disney is involved.
Not only that,
but better than the last one.
Well, I know, but Disney.
I was gonna say,
not to say that Disney doesn't have bad movies, because they do, but lately when they purchase a franchise, they do a really good job on putting movies out about it.
Well, I have a question.
They need to make a successor to Harrison, so maybe he'll be teaching somebody.
But I was going to say they could have his son.
Shia LaBeouf back?
Yeah.
No.
Chopping off the head of Shia
LaBeouf. Well, I was thinking with all the movies, I have a feeling, wasn't Lucas only involved with the first film?
Well, no, because Indiana Jones is his franchise. So Lucasfilms, they're all.
Oh, I'm talking about George Lucas, but I don't think he co-wrote the other films, just the first one.
Off the top of my head,
because it was Spielberg and Lucas who made the first film.
Google
Jones IMDb.
Oh yeah, IMDb. Okay, there you go. So I'm just curious.
Ryan will find out.
I feel like
so
Spielberg
went to.
Did he co-write all the movies?
Was he actually a writer on the films other than the first one? But just because the fourth one was so horrible, I have a feeling really Spielberg went way hardcore, and he loves aliens, and so
they weren't aliens this time. They were interdimensional beings.
Well, George Lucas
like aliens.
I know, right?
Wrote the story, but Lawrence Kasdan wrote the screenplay for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
Okay. But George Lucas wrote the story, though.
Right. He co-wrote the story with Spielberg.
George Lucas also did The Last Crusade.
Right.
And
so far the ones that everybody likes. Well,
let me.
Like I said, he's a great idea guy, but he himself says he sucks at screenwriting.
He did not. Oh, he did do the story for Temple of Doom. What's the latest one? Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull. Yeah. That's the one that everybody was like, "What's up with the terrible CG monkeys?"
Oh yeah.
How do you spell crystal? I'm brain farting.
Kryst.
CR. You're spelling it like your wife.
Oh, sorry.
It's CRYSTL.
Yes, my wife's name is KRY.
I'm like, not your wife's Crystal.
Okay, yeah, I think I was spelling Crystal your wife's.
My wife's name.
All right. Yes, George Lucas did write the story for all the movies.
Oh man,
there you go.
That's too bad.
But he didn't do the screenplay.
No
screenplay.
Yeah,
different.
He's not a screenplay writer. He himself will tell you that.
All right.
So.
No, he won't.
Let's
did you see the picture of him like hanging out in the Adelaide?
You realize that George Lucas did the screenplay for the Star Wars movies, right?
Yeah, and he himself said he hated doing it.
Well, he sucks at it.
Well, yeah, he knows that, but he felt like nobody could give it justice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just read a very interesting book about him and the Star Wars franchise. So anyway,
so there was a few little bits of gaming news. PlayStation VR revealed their price at $399.
$400.
Which is cheaper than the other VR sets that are coming out at $600.
It's cheaper than Oculus. Yeah.
Also, the PlayStation Vue is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't care about it because it costs just as much.
Yeah.
as
So I'm not gonna buy.
What's the point?
I'm not gonna buy the VR. I'm not gonna do any of that. So I don't know.
I can't do VR. I get all bulky.
Yeah. Blech. But yeah, so
those first-person shooter VR demos look pretty awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
And Sword Art Online was just IBM.
They did some
gameplay. Did some test running for Sword Art Online immersive play.
Yeah. So that
cool and creepy.
One thing that I thought was really interesting that the Clash of Clans game, over 100 million people play that every day. 100 million people every day play Clash of Clans.
Well, isn't it? It's almost like League of Legends, right?
No,
right. Where
League of Legends
they make that much.
Only 26 million people a day.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't even like the game.
I have never played it, and I've never downloaded it.
Imagine,
I have no interest in those games.
Imagine if you just.
I rate it up there with Flappy Bird.
If you get 1% of that is $1 million, and each 1% pays $1 to do an in-game purchase. Boom! It's $1 million. That's $1 million right there, just for 1% of the people that play it daily. That is insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Yeah. We make $10 million a day.
They probably do.
With a game that is lame.
Well, some people like it.
It's not lame.
It's not our cup of tea.
It's not my type of game.
But
I don't enjoy those games.
Yeah. But it's some gaming news, a lot of movie news that we talked about. But enough of that. Let's get into something a little bit more fun and important. Geeky Trivia!
Woo!
Thanks, man.
Woo!
All right.
There you go.
All right.
Since John's not here.
And since we talked about Indiana Jones, we're going to do some Indiana Jones trivia.
Nice. I think I could do this.
All right. Let me get a pen. Some paper.
Ooh, is this like super hard stuff or easy stuff? I don't know.
I just pulled it up. We'll find out.
I do enjoy me some Indiana Jones trivia. Right. Although, don't ask anything about the Crystal Skull.
I know, right? All right. As Raiders of the Lost Ark opens, Indiana Jones is searching for an idol. When he locates it, he is hesitant to approach it. Indy's assistant says, "Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here." What is Indiana Jones' reply?
He doesn't say anything.
You know how long it's been since I've seen that movie?
Because he runs in there, and then when he sees him, he says something when he sees his dead body, but I can't remember what he says.
So he says, "That's what scares me." He said, "Let us hurry." The guy says, "Let us hurry. There is nothing here to fear."
Oh, that's what scares me.
He said, "That's what scares me."
Movie quotes.
All right. In which Indiana Jones movie does... sorry. I'm just going off of these. But Allison Doody appear?
Who?
Allison Doody? Are we talking about in the Last Crusade, the blonde girl?
Actress?
Yes, Michael. The Last Crusade. She does play Dr. Elsa Schneider.
Yeah, thank you. Elsa Schneider. Thank you. Yeah, she was the love interest.
And also a Nazi.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Love interest for both dad and
Indiana
son.
Jones.
What type of animal is Indiana Jones scared of?
Snake.
Snakes, Michael.
His father's afraid of rats.
It's true.
Yes,
I'll give you a point for that, Ryan. All right. Who plays Indiana Jones?
Harrison Ford.
Tie.
Okay.
All right. What kind of dog does Indiana Jones have as a boy?
German Shepherd.
A Malamute.
Incorrect. A husky.
A husky. Okay.
I was closer.
In Indiana.
All right. Upon coming back from the First World War, Indiana Jones was an understudy to Abner Ravenwood. Which university was he studying in?
Yale.
Miskatonic.
Awesome.
University of Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Oh no, Miskatonic and Arkham. There you go. Love it, Ryan. That's awesome.
All right.
I need to get that university sticker on my car. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. When Marion tells Indiana, "You're not the man I knew 10 years ago," Indy replies, It's not the years, honey. It's the blank.
It's the miles.
It's the mileage. Correct, Michael.
Oh, mileage. Yeah.
All right. In the Temple of Doom, how many Shankara stones fall to the bottom of the ravine?
2.
3.
2 is correct, Mike. Ding it.
Because he saves one.
You betrayed Shiva.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, what 2 weapons did Indy carry with him at all times?
Bullwhip and a pistol.
A bullwhip and a pistol. Good
His
job.
wit.
His
wit.
His intelligence.
Yeah.
In
His
which
charm.
Another Temple of Doom one. What famous song is sung by Willie at the beginning of the film?
Anything goes.
Anything goes. Good job, Mike. Wow.
It's an 80s movie. Come on. What do you expect?
That's funny that you mentioned that.
What is the name of the Gestapo agent that tracks Indy and throws Marion into the Well of Souls?
Oh gosh.
Snyder.
Von something.
Schmidt.
Von Gruber or whatever. I don't know.
Troyer.
I think it's. I probably will say this wrong. It's like Toht. Toht.
Oh, what's interesting is that's a tough trivia question because they never actually say his name in the film. Now that you mention it, it's only written in the script. That's why it's a tough trivia question because they never actually name him.
Yeah.
But the script does.
In which Indiana Jones movie do we see young Indy?
Last Crusade.
Ryan got that out just before you did, Mike.
I'll give it to Ryan. He got
Phoenix.
It. Yep, River Phoenix. That's right. Get to figure out why he has the scar on his chin.
Yeah.
So fun. Yeah.
All right. In which language did Indy have to count to 20 in before his father would listen to
Latin.
him?
Greek.
Greek is correct, Ryan.
Oh. Dang it.
All right. Just as Indiana Jones is about to finish off the antagonist in Temple of Doom, he speaks the following words. Mola Ram, prepare to meet.
Bathsheba.
Nope, close.
No.
Sheba.
No.
Bali.
No.
Sheba.
Kali.
Kali. Oh, der.
Sugaram.
Kaliwa, Sekti.
Or whatever. We butchered the Indian language.
Oh yeah.
Where did Indy get his fedora?
Where did he get it?
From the dude on the train.
I'll count that. Yeah, the man who stole the cross.
That's right. Okay, I remember. This belongs in a museum.
All right. In the Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the Ark of the Covenant was opened, what was found inside?
Dust.
Sand.
Sand is correct, Mike.
Dust. Sand.
But
either way.
Dust and sand are
the
different.
The crumbled remains of the 10 Commandments.
What film?
Ghosts.
What film?
Ghosts.
What film is this quote from? We are all going to die.
Oh, that's probably from Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom is correct, Ryan.
Yeah,
that's the blonde chick.
Yeah,
Charlie. I think there's her. I can't remember.
Willie.
Thank you.
In which Indiana Jones movie does Indy not fight with anyone?
Crystal Skull.
Does he not fight anyone in Last Crusade?
Oh no, he does lots of fighting in Last Crusade.
Does he? He shoots people.
Trick question. None of them.
Oh. I tried.
All right. What is the name of Indiana Jones' secretary?
Pearl.
Martha.
Irene.
I'm betting that's only either one in the first film or
probably the first film.
Fourth film.
Yeah. Which Indiana Jones movie won an Oscar for best film editing?
Last
Temple
Crusade.
of Doom.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Well,
okay.
Indiana Jones' father was played by which actor?
Sean Connery.
Ryan. Just
okay,
microseconds before.
Yeah.
What rank was Indy in Boy Scouts when we encounter him as a child?
For first class.
Nope.
Life.
A star.
Life is correct, Ryan.
Oh, life.
All right, you are tied.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Last question. In which Indiana Jones movie was there a mine cart chase?
A mine cart.
Temple of Doom.
Or Temple of Doom, yeah. You got it.
Hold on. I messed that up. We'll get a different one.
It was a mime cart.
Wait, there's
a mime
cart full of mimes. Watch out.
All right.
Watch out for the mimes.
Watch out for the mimes.
You can't hear them coming.
All right. In The Last Crusade...
That's the title. Watch out for the mimes.
Watch out for the mimes.
In The Last Crusade, Indiana calls his lighter his lucky charm. What does the lighter have printed on it?
A cross.
No. Oh, I don't know.
A 4-leaf clover.
A 4-leaf clover. Oh, his lucky charm.
All right.
That would make
you guys need a break. You need
that could have finished off our St. Patrick's Day episode.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
All right.
Shamrock for the loss.
What is the first name of Indiana Jones?
Junior.
Junior is... Oh, well, no, but he is a junior, but what junior what? What is his name?
Oh, what's his dad's name? Thomas Jones. No, not Thomas Jones.
You're Thomas Wayne. I don't know.
Henry.
That's right. Henry Jones Jr.
All right.
I hate that name.
The price of immortality means the Grail cannot pass beyond what marker?
Was it the
cave entrance?
Well, no, it wasn't the cave entrance. There was a marker on the ground itself in the foyer. Was it the symbol of the Grail itself?
Nope, it was called the Great Seal.
Great Seal. I'm trying here. I know what you're talking about.
Not to be confused with the Great Sea Lion.
That's right. All right.
Seal
You guys
lion.
need to have a break. All right.
Do we need a tiebreaker?
We're trying.
We need
trying.
A tiebreaker. All right, we've said that. Ryan, I was gonna do this, but Ryan already answered that. What was his dad afraid of? Rats.
Oh yeah, rats. Yeah. You already got a point for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I win again.
All right. This will be maybe a lucky guess. Which Indiana Jones movie had filming locations in Petra?
In Petra? Oh, that would have been Last Crusade.
Last Crusade is correct. Michael wins.
Yeah, because that's where the carving in the side of the mountainside is, where the temple is Petra.
Sure.
It's that, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
All right, that's it for the Closet Geek. Thanks, guys, for listening. We really appreciate it.
Just barely. I just want to say, I almost beat him at 80s movie trivia question.
Hey. I was waiting for like something like, how long was the staff in the,
Oh yeah, that's good.
And that was
because he broke
cubits. 4 cubits. Anyway,
we are the Closet Geek. You find out all our information at theclosetgeek.net. Join us in 2 weeks as we film our next podcast, or join me next week as we do our gaming stream. And we are the Four Horsemen of Geek, minus John, because he's not with us, but he's still a horseman. But we always remind you to wave your geek flag proudly.